And we're off in the men's 5K.
All right, a fair start here in the men's 5,000 meters, 12 and a half laps of the track.
Stick the words right on.
Yeah.
We have
just a reminder, our defending champion Anthony Costales is in this race. He wears hit number 14. And at some point, we're certain he'll identify himself.
We have Tanner Collins, who
sophomore.
Who's a
Germain
redshirt freshman,
of Chico State.
True sophomore.
Yes.
Who is looking to score
Right
some
the
big
front,
points
and
for
in that
the
front running
Titans
group, we
today.
recognize Dawson Waterberg as well, the 1,500 meter champion. He's running in 4th.
We also have Tarek
Al-Wafai,
the freshman phenom.
Isaac Chavez is the
Titans.
man in 2nd at the
very
moment.
successful 5K.
Ran 29:39 for
some
10,000 meters at that sack just a couple of weeks ago. Junior
Dropped
from
to
Chico State.
14:47 at Mona
Fourth at
Pitzer.
1,500 meters last year. And 70
Seated,
seconds, lap number
was he
1 for
seated in
test
this race?
5.
I have no idea, but it's probably fairly good.
He's seated within striking distance.
Yes.
Which, for those of you that don't know, is top.
Dylan Breen, Chico, moves up onto the shoulder of his teammate, Chavez. So it is Chico 1, 2, 3 at this point.
And we also have Kellen Levy coming off a big 10K.
Winner last night. I had the privilege of being firsthand in that race, and it was a sight to see. Definitely.
Did you notice that Tanner is Tanner than Kellen?
Yeah, definitely. Now, Chico has had a history of dominating the distance events at the CCAA championships, but that has not been the story so far this year, hasn't it been, Scott?
It is not at all.
UCSD has gotten their fair share of points in the distance events. Scored 20 points in the steeple. And
Big race for us, and
that was a
16 points in the 10K, and a couple more in the 15 and the 800 by our very own Anthony Radio.
2:23 at 800 meters.
Now, coming from a very temperate, mild climate like UCSD, or La Jolla, rather, how do you think this has an effect on the San Diegans right now? Do you think they're at a disadvantage?
Well, I mean, to an extent, but I mean, our guys are pretty strong in any condition. You know, we're ready for that.
Yeah.
And I mean, the heat isn't too bad right now. You know, it's dry, which I mean, it's always humid in beautiful La Jolla, but so it's definitely different. But
You got to pick your poison: humidity or dry heat.
Or dry heat, yeah, exactly.
What's your preference?
For me, definitely dry heat. Growing up in the desert, you know.
Tesfai and Dylan Breen running 1-2 shoulder to shoulder. The Chico men have 4 in the top half a dozen here. In fact, 4 in the top 4.
I would have to agree with you on the dry heat.
And then it is Isaac Chavez and Johnny Sanchez as we go through 1,200 meters, about 72 seconds, 3:35 at 1,200 meters.
We can go for an hour run here, barely sweat at all. We go for a 10-minute run in San Diego and we're doused.
Red Richel for Humboldt State running in the number 5 spot. You see Waterberg distinguished himself with a
Park swinging out in the second lane.
He is in about the number 6
Bold moves.
Yeah.
See if it pays off for him.
Will that have an effect on him? We don't know.
Tariq Al-Wafai of UC San Diego in the white over blue for the Tritons moves up. Now he's running in about the number 6 spot as we've
Some people pronounce his name Tariq.
2.5 laps, 9 to go.
I had that mistake for first month of knowing him. But, yeah, so it is currently pronounced Tarek Al-Wafai.
And on to the victory stand, our top 3 finishers, women's 5,000 meters, with Steve Laguna making the presentations. And third place finisher was Sarah Mikasel from Chico State, 17:45.
Very Chico heavy.
99 as we go through about
If you're just getting back to us,
Sorry for that break in the action.
yeah, sorry, there's a little battery issue we got going on.
Battery
but
constraints.
we got one more mile left in this 5,000 meter race at the conference championships. And,
So the three from
Tanner seems
Chico
to be
and then
going
Austin
strong.
Huff.
Tanner's sitting in
Broken away from the rest of the group.
what looks like sixth. Sixth place right now.
Good
Trying to pick up
scoring
a few more
position.
points in this last mile.
Yeah.
Tarek trailing behind him. This is when the closing speed comes into play.
Yep.
The negative splits. So many times Nate has emphasized negative splitting campus loop. Can they do it?
And Anthony Costales now having built a pretty good sized
All
lead.
the months of work coming down last 3 laps.
The culmination of this track.
Adrian Sherrod trying to chase him down. Sherrod, the senior for Chico State, a double All-American in cross country. Sherrod out of Steel Canyon High School in San
really opening it
Diego.
up
He's
right
running
now.
second.
Only 1 more minute left on the battery. So if there's a sudden stop, we apologize.
Hang in there, camera.
You can do it. Don't blow it.
Tanner's been hanging on this Stanislaus guy. Let's see if he can break him.
Yep. Remember racing against that
Stride
Stanislaus.
for stride.
There you go, Tanner.
Attaboy, Tanner. It's a nice move.
And just change the battery pack.
And Anthony Costales getting the sign that he has 2 left to go. Then Sherrod. Then Isaac Chavez. Then Huff from Humboldt.
Attaboy, Tanner.
John Corral of
We got 800 to go in this one.
Yep.
Stanislaus responded with the move. Can Tanner rebound? He's opening it up right now.
Strong move. Come on, Tanner.
Now this is a position that many runners have been in the past, where they'll put down a move and their opponent will respond. What do you think is going through his mind psychologically right now, Scott?
Well, I'm
Anthony
sure
Costales, a
very tired.
strong last
and
5 laps
season's
as
coming to an end. He's only
will
got
get the
600
bell,
meters to go, and
indicating
the
he's
only thing
got
I
a
could
lap to
think
go.
that would be going through his mind is
Sherrod,
the
then
600
Sanchez.
workouts that we did. There was
Yeah.
3 600s, you know.
The closing speed.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you need.
Yep. So we worked on.
Those 3 represent 24 points
It's gonna come into
for
play now.
Chico State as they are in those top 3 spots. There are a couple more Chico points coming up here down the road, but at this point in time, Chico 1, 2, 3.
Close out this last remaining bit of his 5K.
To inspire, let's see. You know, I would just say you got 1 lap left, and just give it all you got because it's the last one of the season. Yep. Last race until about August, so I mean, just leave it all on the track.
Competition.
Yep.
For some, it makes them thirsty or hungry for the competition.
Here comes
Exactly.
Anthony Costales. He'll be moving off the turn. 100 meters to go for Costales. His second win here in a row in this 5,000 meters. The senior from Chico State. This is Costales just meters away
Nice
from the
200
finish
meters,
line.
Tanner.
And he'll cross at about 14:54. Sherrod, then Sanchez, and here comes Huff. Those will be your top 4. And Dane Gradone will finish in the 5th spot with Dawson Vorderberg at number 6.
Come on, Tanner.
Attaboy, Tanner.
There you go.
Did Kellen pass start?
Oh, yeah.
Still got some battery life left?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Here comes Kellen. 10,000 meter champion. CCAA.
Good effort by Kellen Levy.
Yep, he's had a tremendous season. And there's Tadic. Always puts on a good show.
Easy doubling back in these races.
Nope.